When he gets stabbed and he falls over and they're dragging Sir Alistair, so I guess Sir Alistair may survive. And he's like, keep fighting, you twats! Or whatever. It just, I felt like he should have been like, scallywags!
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.
Hey guys, real quick before we start this, I want to talk about the shirt that I'm wearing on my skin. It's Ghost Rider. I like it a lot. It fits well. It's comfortable. It's black and it hides my fatness, and it's great. And I want to thank Jack of All Trades for sending us these shirts so that you guys could see these shirts, so that you guys could buy these shirts. You can buy these shirts by clicking the link below to Jack of All Trades. Go and check out more awesome superhero shirts like this that you can't find nowhere else.
And if you buy this shirt, you'll be the most supernatural superhero of all. That's what it says right there. See? It is a badass shirt. It's badass.
And this shirt, particularly, I could wear this into a comic book shop and it'd be cool, and I can also wear it into a biker bar.
No.
So if that's exactly what you've been looking for, you found it. Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay, and today, Game of Thrones, sorry it's a couple days late, we got hung up on some other stuff, but it's still going up, and this episode this week is called Love is a Battlefield.
It is, it's a goddamn fucking monster. The Watchers on the Wall, it just sounds like a song, it almost sounds like a Johnny Cash, like the Watchers on the wall, be careful not to fall.
You sound more like the Doors.
It's Jim Morrison.
But yeah, in this one, I mean, basically, the title gives it all away.
Yeah, it was a Doors song, wasn't it? The Riders on the Storm. Yeah, Jim Morrison. Okay, sorry.
The title gives it all away in this episode. I mean, it's literally a fight. It's just like a battle for an hour. And for a show that's all story, it's weird because you're like, here we go, and then it's like it's just straight up battling the whole time, which isn't all bad. It was kind of cool.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it just felt like they didn't really focus a lot on the whole Night's Watch and the group and how they interact and stuff. I mean, now you know who they are, and you know that their stories like Janos Slynt's an asshole, the Sir Alistair Thorne's a dick, Night King, or Jon Snow's awesome. All that stuff, you know everything about that, but it just you weren't. To me, I love the episode was great. I just feel I didn't feel as invested in each character. It was like there was so much cool shit going on with King's Landing and Daenerys. You know, all that stuff, and the Targaryens, you're like all thinking about that, and all this stuff, it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, we're going to dedicate an whole hour to this big ass battle scene.
And they kind of built up towards it a little bit too, because like in every episode, even if it didn't really have anything to do with that week's story, you just see Jon Snow for a second being like, it's going to happen. Yeah. They're coming here. Oh, it will happen, and then all of a sudden, you know, that would be gone. So they were building up to it, but it got shoehorned right in between this awesome Tyrion storyline, and you're like, I want to know what the fuck happens. And then it's just, I mean, about halfway through, you're like, okay, it's going to be all.
But you know, I know, but it was an awesome battle scene. I mean, especially with the production on a TV show, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like Lord of the Rings comes to HBO. I was like, thank you.
And the panoramic shot that they do when they're attacking, when they start and they go all the way through to show that they're attacking from the north and the south, and it just goes around and it's like continuous looking shot. That was so badass.
Jon Snow, when he goes up onto the wall and he sees all those fires and those people coming, you can just see. I mean, he's brave, obviously, but you know, I just think somewhere in the back of his brain he was like, "Well, I fucking tried," and then he just walks away. It's like I would probably be like, "I'm done." And then of course him and Samwell are talking, and Samwell's like really obsessed with sex for a while. Like he's always doing it at the beginning of the episodes, talking to him. He's like, well, what was it like? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, don't you and Gilly? He's like, no. He's like, she had just had a baby. And it's like, so it's like saying, I wouldn't put my dick in there. And then he was like, plus she never asked.
Because you would have.
Because it was just like, he was like, I want more. He's like, I'm not a poet. Like, but it's like, it was like, did you stick your fishing pole in an aqueduct? Tell me. And he even goes so far to go talk to, what was it? The Maester Aemon Targaryen. Yeah. And you gotta feel bad for the guy. This old fucking guy sitting there's like, there was this one girl. And
he was happy about it.
He was like, I can see her. She is as clear to me now as more real than you. And he was like, fuck. And then as soon as that happens, he goes, I'm going to kiss her. And you could just see it. Like he like when he's looking at her, and he's like, I'm going in. It's like,
I wish life was like that though. I wish like
a box of chocolates.
You'd be pondering about sex and you would just wander into a dark basement where like the Yoda of sex happens to be, you know, the Yoda of love. And basically that's what he said is love is a battlefield. It's like duty is the death, or love is the death of duty.
Yeah.
So and that kind of harkens back to what happens with Jon Snow and Ingrid. But it's like when he's asking Jon Snow about that shit, I was just waiting for Jon Snow's reaction was just kind of like, God damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a pool man.
Yeah, because at some point he's got to be getting mad at him because he's like, I got so much shit to worry about. I don't have time to worry about your wiener and what you're gonna get now. So leave me alone, Samwell. But he goes in and he gets Gilly, and I don't know. It's like Gilly. Of course, you know they brought Gilly back because she didn't die in the last episode. Ygritte spared her, so she comes in and she's in the basement, and Samwell's down there telling her to hide and stuff. But it's almost like when he kissed her, it's like was like, I kind of want this, but then again, I don't. It's just, I felt kind of bad for him. I know they're going to start a relationship, but still, I just felt
maybe
like
he'll lose some weight in battle.
too bad. He's probably not going. He looks like a young John Candy. I do like him though.
He did a good job in that episode of running around like somebody who has no idea what they're doing, but he's got guts. You can tell he's got guts. Like he's still trying.
Yeah, but it's got a lot.
Put the arrow in that dude's face.
That's a lot of luck. Because he was just like, boom! Because it's the same way when he's talking to that one dude on the wall, and he's like, "Are we going to die?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "When you don't exist, you have nothing to be afraid of." So he's basically telling when I killed the walker, I didn't think of anything. I just did it. And he goes, "I didn't know I was going to kill him. I just stabbed my fucking sword."
Well, for a show that gives you so much bad shit, it's nice to see the good guy win.
I mean, I like Samwell. I mean, he's really growing on me. And then of course you got Jon Snow, and they've really developed his character so much throughout the whole season 1 to now. It's so fucking awesome how they developed it.
I love that scene with Lannister, or not Lannister. I love the scene with Alistair though.
Oh yeah.
When he's like all these little twats think that they know what to do, and he's like, and he basically told Jon Snow, he's like, "You're right, but I'm still a dick." And he's like, "Watch this." And he goes like, "Dude, I actually liked him now. I like him now."
He really improved on it's basically saying we're gonna survive this, and we can go on hating each other. Yeah. But we gotta stick together now, and that's what he's talking about how hard the role of leadership was. Yeah. He's like, because all these twats second guess you. Yeah. And then Jon Snow's like, "Yo." It's like Jon Snow. It's like he's like, "Okay, well, I love you though." It's like it's one of those things like, I hate you, but I don't want to die, and I'm going to help you out.
That's going to suck when it's over.
And then, of course, you got the big giants with the mammoths coming in.
That was badass.
That was awesome.
Super badass.
Yeah. It was just, those mammoths, I kept on thinking they were mastodons when I saw them, but they used them like fucking tow trucks. It's like they were standing on there, they wrapped the chains around to pull down the gate, and they're like, "Okay." And then, of course, the other big giant dinosaur's like, "Oh!" And then he starts lifting the fucking thing. I was like, why didn't you just do that to begin with?
Yeah, I know. They were doing all this weird shit, and it was just like, whoa. But they just wanted to show them, and they're badass in action. That one scene was really freaking cool, though. Like, I got really pumped up. I was like, this is great TV. Like, it's those moments in Game of Thrones that just wows you. Like, in your head, you actually think the thought, this is great TV! Yeah. Because when they said it, and he's like repeating the Night's Watch oath or whatever.
That was awesome.
And he's standing there, he's screaming, and he's coming toward him. I was like, I'm fucking pumped right now. I want to fight a giant.
Yeah, but I would probably have been that guy that's on the left of him. You're like, "Are you sure?" And because he tried to pump that out, I'd be like, "Fuck my life." It's like, why are we even here? Like, let's just go upstairs. It's like, this guy's like, let's just say we try. Yeah. Just run away. But
it was like 3 ninjas. I got that feel when it was coming down there through him. But yeah, so the giant, and they actually defeated him, even though they all died trying, which was a cool little scene that shows that. I think it gives you a sense that the Night's Watch, like, even though they're forced to be there because they're rapists or a piece of shit or whatever it is, or shitty situations like Jon Snow, they actually like grow to actually give a shit, about what they're doing.
And I did like one of the other fight scenes that happened, because you talked about it yesterday. A lot of the main battle scenes were downstairs. Like, everybody kept coming up and going down, and
it was repeating.
It was turning into like an SNL skit. Like, he was like, Jon Snow or Sam Whale, "We need you down here," and another guy, "We need you down here," and it's like at some point the next in line is going, "Fuck! I mean, can I not do something?"
It was going to be
and then it was going to be Daenerys credit in there, and then it was going to be Tyrion. You're like, this is just a joke.
Dennis Rodman.
And then the guy would probably go downstairs if it was an SNL skit and they're all just playing cards. Like, "Oh, you guys are fighting? I'm sorry."
Alistair's, like, what he said was all these little twats second guessing you. It shows what everybody would do in that.
Well, he did the right thing. I think Sir Alistair Thorne's been a dick, and he is a dick. But him going down there and fighting with his men and he willing to die with them, that was badass. And he goes, and that's what I was getting to, like the fight scene I did like. I liked that him, and I can't remember his name.
Captain Redbeard.
Captain Redbeard. He looks like a fucking guy from Captain Morgan's Red Spice. Like, they were fighting down there, and they were like, doing their whole thing. It just, that whole scene reminded me of how they were fighting, because I don't like either one of them, really. Yeah. Even Captain Redbeard, I think he's annoying, kind of. I don't know why. But they were fighting, it felt like Musketeer. Like, they're like, "Aha, aha!" And they were like, when he gets stabbed and he falls over and they're dragging Sir Alistair, so I guess Sir Alistair may survive. And he's like, "Keep fighting, you twats!" Or whatever. It just, I felt like he should have been like, "Scallywags!" as he was pulling back, and he's like, I did that. Captain Redbeard was like, "Ha ha ha!" Because that guy has no technique in his fighting style. He's just like, like, just fucking slamming people. But that was an awesome scene.
China shop, okay?
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, and then I did like one of the cooler scenes I thought was awesome is when they released that anchor on the wall and it slices them all. Yes. That was fucking. You just see that hand, you're like, well, that was effective.
he's like, "Pull it up. I think they've had enough for one day." And everybody's like, "Ah!"
You saw all this fucking. You just saw like all those little guys with their little arrows or their little fire, and they're like, they're going towards it. They turn back around, they start running the other way because one guy was like, I think it's called it a day, right?
Dude, it was like the scene in Braveheart where they're all showing their asses or whatever, and some of them got shot with arrows. They're like idiots, like, come to me, tum tum. All of a sudden, a bunch of them got hit with arrows, and then a couple other ones like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they were doing like a Native American dance, and
then they would step back, and then they start, come to me, tum.
So obviously somebody was stupid, like, you're safe, you can do your dance, and they're like, okay, just move back 5 feet.
So it's just like the people dying, getting mad, they're like, oh shit, man, and then they step
keep
back.
dancing, scale them with your tactics.
But yeah,
why would you do that though? In the middle of battle, you're pumped up and you may die and you're going to try to kill them, but they are going to try to kill you. Why would you be possessed to go shum 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 shum? Like what? Like what does that do? Like are you like? That's what I mean. Like, are you gonna like? What are you? Are you trying to wrangle your way from Clerks all the way to like? As you were like, I don't know what they're doing. They're dancing. It's like fucking kill them. They're doing black magic.
Well, that's when you have 100,000 men to 100 men. That's what you do. It's like you guys are gonna dance, okay, and you guys are gonna be over here and do this.
They're just gonna have a crunk off. They're gonna stomp the yard when they come up to each other. They're not even gonna fight with swords.
But then, of course, you got the big scene is, of course, Ingrid dies.
You keep saying Ygritte.
It's Ygritte. Ingrid.
Like
grits from Cracker Barrel.
That's
I like to put sugar in mine. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, it's a Kentucky thing, maybe. But anyways, she died. She runs into Jon Snow, and you're waiting for it. You know what's gonna come. She was acting so stupid for it. She's like, if anybody else kills him, I'll fucking kill him. It's like any of these dudes here could just drop you right now and just do what they want with you. But she goes around and she runs into him, and she's gonna kill him, but she can't. And Jon Snow's face when he sees her is just like.
It's almost like
the weirdest face.
It's almost like he was saying, like, "Hey, I remember that thing in the cave that we did. It's been a while. How you doing?"
It's like,
but it's like
me if I'm wrong, but haven't I been inside of you?
That's what I know. She gave that kind of, but she was like kind of halfway between. So she may. I don't think she was going to shoot him. I don't know, but it like, and then of course the mascot from Peter Pan, the Peter Pan peanut butter, is like, "Huh," and he's like, and then Jon Snow runs over to her and she's like, "Jon Snow," and she's like, "Do you remember the cave? We should have stayed there." And I wish Jon Snow at that point would be like. Well, yeah, but you shot me for fucking arrows, so it's like you get what you get.
That information would have been nice yesterday.
You put in what you get out, okay? It's like you shot me with arrows, so fuck it.
But yeah, Jon Snow.
But that whole scene, and I know people are mad about that because I guess it was written in the book a lot more romantic or tragic.
I didn't care as much as a lot of people did.
I mean, it was like it was just telegraphed. It was like. Insert heartache, tear streak, move on.
Yeah,
it was that quick.
And we haven't talked about that whole thing for an entire season now. So when it comes, the impact of it's not really there. Still amazing episode.
I don't know if it's because he's not like they didn't show him and her's relationship long enough, or they didn't build on her long enough, or maybe they didn't show him longing for her long enough.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it just felt like. This was a girl he knew in high school a couple of years ago. It was like, hey, I fucked you a long time ago. You remember? And she's like, yeah, that was just it. It was a bad experience, and that's why she shot him with arrows. But anyway, so. Yeah, I can kind of agree with people getting mad about that scene.
Yeah,
or like we didn't read the book, so but I can see it. Like I wasn't like, ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't floored by it or anything. And then of course you go down, baby, your street in the
range. Take you down to Chinatown.
They go down, and the war's over. They won, but he's like, what are you so happy about? You know, he's like, basically they're still fucked. I mean, they only used 2 of their giants, and they got a shitload of you know, stuff like that. And they still almost defeated them. So, and you got 100 guys, they must have knocked out a shitload of them already. So, and he's like, you know, they're going to be here back tonight. He's like, I'm going to go try to fix this myself. So Jon Snow does the awesome lone wolf thing, and he's going to go out, and the gate opens, and he's like, I will fight.
I would kind of be pissed that if I was Samwell, because he did a lot of things. He killed a White Walker, and then you know, maybe Samwell should be like, you always gotta be the attention guy. It's like, you always gotta be the hero. It's like, you can go up on your own. Fuck that. It's like, why are you just wait here and let me go?
Yeah.
It's like, you wanna go? It's like, no, but I'm just saying you could have asked. It's like something like that. And
I love that.
Did he take Ghost with him? I think he left Ghost there too.
Yeah, he left Ghost there too, which is good to see Ghost tear some shit up.
That was
but
awesome.
At the same time, yeah, it's like when I'm playing with my toys as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you gotta have that one guy left and he's gonna go do it alone.
The lone
drifter. It's you know, Adrian's like, you can't win, Rocky. You know, that whole sort of deal. And like he's going in alone, and I can't wait to see what happens.
I wish they had panned the camera back while the gate was opening up, and then he was stepping out, and there was nothing but darkness behind him, and he's stepping into this white, like, I'm really imagining this, and then you hear, like, like this fucking...
We're not a Terminator 2 music.
I know, there's something like that. Yeah, that would be cool. One other character that we'll mention really quick, because I don't like him anyway. Janos Slynt is on there. You really get to see,
little bitch.
You get to see he's a slippery shit. I mean, he suffers from what we like to call in the business pussyitis. Basically, he's one of those guys that in real, you know, if it was a real person, he'd be one of those guys that would be a high up guy. He'd have a lot of power, and he'd have maybe a CEO, and he thought he had all this power, and he'd be badass or whatever. Then he goes to jail, and he just tries to find the one guy that could protect him in jail. That's what he is, because he goes to friggin' Sir Alistair Thorne's like licking his asshole. But when the shit gets dirty, he gets wussied. And he's like, and he fucking survived. And that's one thing I hated. He ran in there and grabbed, and in the room with Gilly, and then he's like hiding behind the door. He's like, oh.
It being Game of Thrones, when Samuel walked down there, I didn't know what was going to be happening.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about
just because it's Game of Thrones, like, what's going to be happening?
I do think I kind of do like it in a way because there might be some vengeance on him. Because all Samuel's got to do is go up there, or maybe Gilly, and tell him that this guy was hiding while everybody else was fighting. And wouldn't that would be considered treason?
Yeah, not just that, but Jon Snow. I mean, I think they're obviously placing him to be the leader of the Watch.
Yeah, it better be now.
It's like House of Cards right now.
Yeah.
This episode, an 8.5. I thought it was really good. I missed the story from all the other episodes, but it was still really awesome, technically shot, amazing effects for a TV show especially, and I liked watching the battle, so that was all good and well.
I'm going to give it an 8.5 as well. I thought it was an awesome show. Again, the stories, I think there's been better stories so far in this season, so there's nothing, I mean, it's not like it's a bad story or anything, but it didn't have the depth that a lot of the other stories had, or the connections that you felt with King's Landing. And maybe those are just better and more interesting goings on in the towns of King's Landing and Targaryens and dragons and things like that. But it was awesome special effects, and they still are able to wrap around a pretty good story and like flesh it out with awesome special effects. And for a TV show, fuck yeah, that was awesome.
Exactamundo.
Done.
Also, question of the day, guys, is the last episode is coming up next week, the season finale. We're going to try to get that one up as early for you as possible after the episode comes out. But what TV show do you guys want to see us do after that? So comment below. I mean, we can't do every TV show or one that, is just like a random one or whatever, even though we'd like to, just the time limit. So if we get several people saying the same thing, if there's one episode, one TV show that you guys really want us to review that we can fit into the schedule and watch, we'll do it. So let us know.
Don't do Girl Meets World or anything like that. It's terrible. I don't want to watch that.
But yeah, let us know what big show you guys want us to start doing reviews for, because we'd like to continue doing these TV reviews.
They're fun.
Because they're fun to do. So until next time, guys, I'm Mike, he's Jay, and love is a battlefield.
We watched a movie.